What's new, my Mystic Crew? So today we have round one of locals. We're up against our boy Logan, and I'm on a brand new deck of Ricker Traptrix. So I'm not going to remember all these names, so I do apologise, but normal summon this Traptrix monster, which allows me to search a normal hole card, which gets ashed. So I activate the Ricker Concon from hand and spec the Ricker Princess, which can be special summoned during the main phase. Excuse me. So, from here, I'm having a little read through of the extra deck monsters. Like I say, it's the first time I've picked up this deck since the Common Charity event, and yeah, and there's some other ones in there. So I'm having a little read through just to see what I want to do. Yeah, because at the end of the day, you can't underestimate Logan. He's on that Danger Dark World as always, and that deck can pop off at any point. So I go into this one. I think it's called Pudica, or no, Pudica is a main deck monster. I can't remember what this one's called, but anyway, you detach one, and it allows you to add a Traptrix monster from deck to hand. So sure, why not? I searched the Arachnocampia, I want to say that one's called, and link it off for Sarah. I set one card. I then decide to have a little look in the graveyard. I'm having a little think, seeing what I want to do, and then from there I pass. So it's Logan's turn now, and Logan starts off by revealing this monster, which allows him to show another one, and we have that Gravedigger's Trap Hole. So Gravedigger's Trap Hole, of course, negates and burns for 2,000 points of damage. And then because a normal hole card was activated, this will then trigger Sarah on a brand new chain, which will allow me to spec out a Traptrix monster. So I have a little flick through the deck, see which one I want to spec out, because I know some of these have certain grave effects. So, special summon effects. So I go with the Dianea, because Dianea, when it is special summoned, allows you to set a trap from your graveyard back to the field, but then it's banished during the end phase of the next turn. So then from here, Sarah will now activate, because a Traptrix monster has been activated. I can set a normal trap card, normal trap hole card from the deck. So we set the bottomless trap hole. Now Logan decides to activate Danger Bigfoot. It gives the deck it gives his hand a little shuffle. So we go 1 to 5, and I hit Snow, I want to say that's called. So Bigfoot summons out, and he gets draw a card. But of course that bottomless trap hole was there waiting, so that is Bigfoot gone. He goes to activate Snow and Grave, and we activate the Gravedigger's Trap Hole, because it activates when a monster in Grave activates its effect. So why not do it there and burn for another 2k damage? So Logan's already down to 4,000 points of 4,000 life points, and we're still sitting on that 8,000. He goes ahead and activates his monster's effect to discard it to search for gates, and then I believe he goes ahead and activates the gates hit. Yes, he does. And then gates effect, banish one, send one to draw a card. And because a monster was sent to the graveyard through a card effect, I can equip it to my Traptrix monster. So why not? He now activates the Law of Darkness, which allows him to draw, I think it allows him to draw 3 cards, but then he has to banish a dark monster. And here Logan was saying he just really wasn't sure which one he wanted to banish. So he goes ahead and banishes the little snake. I don't blame him. I think that's the best card to banish out of the ones in his hand, what he shows later anyway. And now he activates Danger Thunderbird, again, giving the hand a quick shuffle. We go 1, 2 for the first card, 3, 4 for the second, and 5, 6 for the last. And we actually hit a second copy of Gates, which I'm very happy about, because Gates is not once per turn. And then, so Thunderbird specs, and he gets to draw a card. And then from here, he activates Mothman. So, you know, we've gone odds and evens here, and I actually hit the Mothman this time, which allows him to draw a card. Well, we both got to draw a card and then discard a card. So I discarded of Pudica, because why not? As you can see on my hand, I've got Ricker Fairy Snowdrop for there, which I think will come in very handy. I just need to get another plant in hand. He then overlays both of his level 4s for Tornado Dragon, and he activates Tornado Dragon to pop my Ricker Concon, which was, yeah, cool, fair enough. I understand that. And then he decides to swing at Sarah. So I take a little bit of damage out, and then he destroys my Dianea. Really not sure why he did it in the order he did it in, he could have cleared my Xyz monster, because now I can activate the effect to detach one to add a Ricker monster. So of course I'm just going to look for a plant because I've got Snowdrop in hand, so why would you not? Realistically, I think I should have just added Pudica, but I didn't. I normal summoned this one, and again we're met with the Ash. So okay, cool. From here, I activate Snowdrop because I do have a plant in my hand, and then I realised I actually need a plant on the field first, so I just link it off for Sarah because Sarah is a plant. So then we get rid of Sarah to spec out Snowdrop and Pudica. Pudica can banish a special monster, but it does come back. But then I use the XE effect to equip it because a monster has been banished due to a card effect. And then I target Snowdrop, making all plants on the field level 8. And then we overlay into Teardrop. I'm hoping I've got these names the right way around. So Teardrop allows me to quick effect detach one to tribute a monster. And then it gains 200 attack for each monster tributed. And of course we tribute Logan's. So we're moving to game 2. Okay, so we're back in game 2 now, and if I've done this right, you should never have noticed I even paused the video, but hey ho. I didn't really know what to side out or in, to be honest with you. So I sided out the Ricker package apart from Teardrop, which is a total of 6 cards. So now Logan decides to go first, and he pitches the monster to allow him to add gates. I will learn these names eventually, however, my brain is small and I can only retain so much information. But then he goes ahead and activates Danger Nessie. So we all know I don't run any hand traps in this deck apart from Nibiru, which I did side in, and guess what I drew? I drew a Nibiru in my starting hand. That's what we're talking about. Danger that one can pop off and summon multiple times, so yeah, we've got that Nibiru sitting there ready, and we hit his spell card, some Mothman specs, and Logan passes. And I was like, okay, cool, so that Nibiru's now going to do absolutely nothing, because, well, fuck. So I go ahead and normal summon Pudica, which allows me to search for the field spell, and of course we are met with Ash. But I had the field spell anyway, so it's all cool. So now I link off into Sarah. I use the additional normal summon into Malario, I believe that one's called. This one's the one that searches the trap card. So now Sarah will activate because a monster effect is activated to set the Gravedigger's trap hole. I set the Holoteo. Holoteo cost to ditch a trap card, and now Sarah effect is procced again because a trap card has been activated, so therefore I can now special summon the monster. So let's do it. I'll go ahead and spec out a Pudica. Pudica will now banish the Nessie until the next standby phase. Well, my opponent has the option to bring back the monster during his next standby phase. We go ahead and overlay into the Ricker Fairy Stenner, which I can detach material to add a level 4 or lower insect or plant back from deck to from grave to hand. And here I got a little confused because I was trying to figure out how the hell you activate the Stenner's other effect to go into that thing, and it turns out it's through tributing for the cost of Ricker Princess. I spent way too long scratching my head after this game trying to figure that out. But yeah, it's when Ricker Princess activates in grave, you tribute a monster to spec it and negate, and that's how that works. But yeah, so go me for being silly. So yeah, I linked it into the wrong monster there. I should have got the Insane, which would have been more beneficial, but we still did some damage. We have a little look through, and we decide to upgrade to Zeus because a Link monster did, an Xyz monster did attack, and then I go into the Link 2. The Link 2 during the end phase will target a normal trap card in my grave and set it back to my side of the field. So, actually, is that what that one does? No, it doesn't. Sorry, it special summons back a Traptrix monster in defense mode, and then when a trap card is activated, it gets set instead of going to the grave. So my opponent goes ahead and activates Slew of Darkness, and then from here he banishes the Bigfoot. That is all cool. Ignore the dog barking in the background. From here my opponent attempts to activate Gates. He banishes, pitches one, and draws a card. And then he activates Thingy to spec back from the banish zone. Specs back from banish zone? That don't work. What was he doing there? Oh yeah, he went to activate the monster in his hand, I think, to get another copy of Gates, which I just negated and cost him 2k. Then he decided to Cosmic Cyclone it and pay another 1,000. He then goes ahead and gets this one out, which does absolutely nothing on the field, but it is 3k attack. So at any point I can just detach the 2 materials from Zeus and blow up the whole field. But I'm waiting, I want to see what he attacks into, or what else he can do. Because I don't want to pop a Zeus too early and then end up regretting it. Because, life goes on. So as we can see here, he is trying to overextend. He activates another gate. In all honesty, what I would have done if I was in Logan's shoes here is I would have moved to battle phase before this bit and attempted to swing at Zeus, therefore forcing the Zeus to pop, and then main phase 2 activate the other gates and go from there. Because here, he didn't really know what he was doing, so I blew up his field. As you can see, he's only got Ash Blossom in his hand here, and he calls it a game. So that's game.